This is In Depth. As we reported at the top of the hour, a Kentucky grand jury returned one indictment against a former Louisville police officer today in connection with the shooting death of Breonna Taylor. But no police officers were directly charged with Taylor's death. Tonight, two Louisville police officers were shot amid protests. Their injuries are not life-threatening. A suspect is now in custody. And joining me tonight is Reverend Gerald Arnold, the president of the NAACP Evansville chapter. Reverend Arnold, thank you so much for being here. Were you surprised by this indictment, and what was your initial reaction to it?
Well, my initial reaction personally was one of frustration and just being upset. But as far as the NAACP is concerned, I have to speak from the same talking points that my national president speak from. So we have, with that in mind, the NAACP has to operate within the confines of legally what we have set forth. So yes, there's a lot of frustration, a lot of people are upset.
And tonight in Louisville, the violence has already started, and the city of Louisville had declared a state of emergency actually ahead of all this. Do you fear this will spawn a new wave of violence, not only in Louisville, but throughout the country, Reverend Arnold?
It could possibly do that, and which is not really good, because our president has, I think, has determined that he will fight this another way. So I would caution everyone to be careful, because we don't know what extreme he might go to in order to put down the protest.
And these protests really began in earnest several months ago with the death of George Floyd. And with that being said, what would you say to those protesters tonight? Of course, they are filled with anger. They are outraged. What would you, seeing that you lived this type of violence yourself when you were much younger, what would you tell them? Well,
and much younger and still living it today. And I sent you the response from our national president. And if you read that, you can tell that he's a little upset with the outcome of this, and so are the rest of us. And what we really have to do, unfortunately, this terrible thing that has happened, we still have to dig in, and we still have to fight. That's what our president is telling us. We have to continue to fight, and we fight in the courts to make. It's unfortunate and it's tragic that this young woman has lost her life, and that the blood is on the hands of those individuals who took her life. And but we have to maintain, and we have to continue to fight the courts to make change.
And that, of course, has been the mantle of the NAACP, is to work through the system. But with that said, you have lived through so much during your lifetime, Reverend Arnold, and we have talked about this before. It's kind of like the more things change, the more they stay the same. Would that be a fair statement?
It's a very fair statement, because in this midst of this tragic death, they tried to equate the ex-boyfriend and drugs and everything else, and it was just a senseless, unfortunate murder. And so here we are now. The postal people say that they never was cautioned that there was that house was under surveillance. So there's something broken inside the police department. If they, in fact, already had the individual who they were looking for, to know that that person did not live there if that house was under surveillance. So there's a lot of unanswered questions.
And very briefly, Reverend Arnold, you know, Evansville has a lot of connections with Louisville. A lot of people from our community travel over there. And we went through a protest, as you well know. We were talking when the protest after George Floyd took place in downtown Evansville. When something like this happens, briefly, do you communicate with the EPD just to talk about the nature of what's happening outside of the city of Evansville and how we can learn here?
Yes, we have many discussions, the chief and I, and again, we're going to be working with all of the chiefs of police in this vicinity here pretty soon. Yes, we need to try to understand the dynamics of what's going on in other areas. Even the mayor has set in on the sessions, so we can at all costs avoid the same situations if possible.
All right, Reverend Gerald Arnold, thank you so much for being here. Please stay safe, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you, sir.
All right, you're watching Eyewitness News at 9. Brandon will be back in just a moment.